This is the Carty Method podcast.
Hey, my photography business was struggling, and despite decades of experience, I realized that busy work and inconsistency were actually holding me back. During COVID, I finally stopped distracting myself and I started focusing on learning the business side. I hired coaches, I studied successful photographers, and I started building systems that actually worked. Today, through the Carty Method, I help photographers worldwide turn their passion for photography into profitable careers by teaching them the exact strategies that transformed my own business. Today, we are going to get into over 50 ways to make money with your camera. But before I get into that, it's essential for you to go through some mindset shifts. If you're an emerging photographer, these mindset shifts are essential for you breaking through not making any money with your camera to making money with your camera. This episode is basically a course. Now, I don't know how long it's going to run, but if you make it to the end, you're going to see light at the end of the tunnel, I promise you. So here's the deal. Making money with your camera is about one thing, one single thing. And that is providing value. That is the one thing that we are trying to do. That's what making money with your camera is all about. Value equals money. Value equals money. That is a universal thing. So what we need to do is provide value, and in exchange for that value that we provide, we'll get traded money. And when I say value, I do not mean undercharging. Value does not equal undercharging. Okay? I mean delivering something so good, so useful, so on point that what you're offering, those photographs, are worth far more than the money that you're charging for it. I'm not saying don't charge money. I'm saying that the value, like if someone's paying you $1,000, you give them $3,000 worth of value. It starts with how you value yourself, okay? Value starts with how you value yourself. Okay, that is very important. And then also, your work. You have to value your work, and you have to make valuable work. And the experience that you give your clients. These are very, very key. How you value yourself, how you value your work, and how you value the experience that you give your client. So let me give you the real blueprint to making money with your camera. There are essential mindset shifts, essential. And I can't stress this any heavier. Our mind, we have mindsets. Our mind has been set by the people around us, by our parents, by our teachers, by bosses, by friends, by the news. Our mind has already been set. So we actually have to shift how, and again, here's how you can tell if you need to shift your mindset. If you're trying to make money with your camera and it's not happening yet. If you're trying to make money with your camera and it's not happening yet. You want to be a millionaire. You want to have $1 million in the bank. You don't have $1 million yet. Like, mindset and how your mind is set is the reason that that's not happening. So you actually have to shift your mindset to survive and thrive as a working photographer. So know this, there are some non-negotiables And being a great photographer is a non-negotiable. That's the road that we're all on. But to truly succeed in this game, especially in 2025, here's what needs to change. Here's what needs to change. So, what is the most valuable resource in the world? That's a big question. I'm going to ask you to ask yourself. The most valuable, and again, leave this in comments. What is the most valuable resource? The most valuable resource that we have is not money. It's time. Time is our only non-renewable resource. Money is renewable. Money comes frequently and easily. Time, not so much. Okay? So your most valuable asset is your time and your attention. Okay? So every opportunity, every job, every client, it all comes down to how you spend your time and where your attention goes. Okay? For me, I do a lot of client work. I spend a lot of time in front of cameras. I spend a lot of time on Zoom. I spend a lot of time coaching photographers. And I spend a lot of time shooting. I spend a lot of time making videos for clients. So it's like, but at the same time, like, how am I able to manage my time? So it's about where I put my attention. So let's talk about the trap that most new photographers fall into. Most new photographers, they diversify too soon. Okay? New photographers diversify too soon. People will tell you that the rich have multiple income streams. It's true. The rich have multiple income streams, but they didn't start that way. They didn't start with multiple income streams. They built one thing first. They went all in. You don't win by splitting your time 10 different ways. Okay? That's not how you win. You win by betting big on one thing. You don't become a pro photographer by dipping your toe in it. It takes full immersion. So the people who succeed in pro photography are the ones who double down, not the ones who test the waters with 10% effort. Okay? So you might have heard this before. You might have heard me say this before. You might have heard Alex Hormozi say this, because this is directly from Alex Hormozi. There are 5 stages that a photographer goes through. You might think that your photography career starts here and goes like this. Okay? But that is not true. Your photography career starts like this, goes like this, and then goes like this. Okay? There's 5 stages that every photographer has to go through. And they're marked on the chart like this. And I'm going to label them so you know. Stage 1. Stage 1 is called the uninformed optimist. Meaning, hey, I see this guy taking pictures. Seems pretty easy to me. I think I could do that. I'm going to go buy a camera. I'm going to be a photographer. That is the uninformed optimist, where you are learning and you're raging forward, and now you're going to be a photographer. There's so many people who, this is where you start. You start uninformed and optimistic. Okay? But then after a while, you hit this crest and you start to turn downwards. That's phase 2 that every photographer is going to go through. Phase 2 is the informed pessimist. Now you're starting to realize this is a little bit harder than I thought. Yeah, there's a lot to this being a pro photographer thing. And then, of course, inevitably, phase 3 happens. Stage 3 is the valley of despair. This is the valley of despair. Seth Golden calls this the dip. And the valley of despair is real. It is very difficult to get out of. But if you're a pro photographer, you are going to go through this. The only way to get out of the valley of despair is information, the right information. Of course, then there is 4, and 4 is the informed optimist. Now you're starting to you got information, you got good information. Maybe you jumped into a workshop with Carty. Maybe now you're in my accelerator program. Now you've figured out how to get yourself into the valley of despair. And now you are on your way to level 5. And level 5 is, I'll write that down here. Level 5 is level 1 success. Level 1 success. The reason I don't say success is because this journey of uninformed optimist, informed pessimist, valley of despair, informed optimist, and then level 1 success is like, this is the journey that all photographers are going to go through. Only you think it's this and then you win, but it's actually more like, this is actually your life. This is how your life goes. And as you're going up in levels, over time, you're going to hit these peaks and valleys. But only if you're pushing and trying to move your life forward in a positive way. So there's 5 stages. Every photographer goes through it. I'm very interested where you are on this journey. Drop a comment, by the way. Let me know if you're a level 1 or level 2, or you're struggling in level 3. Maybe you're in level 4, or maybe you've hit level 5. If you're in stages 2 or 3, don't panic, but just don't stay there. The goal is to move through these stages as fast and as intentionally as possible. And it only happens by doing it. So let's look at the long game. Let's look at the long game. Okay, so imagine this. Imagine if I asked you to build the tallest building that you could. The tallest building that you could, okay? Pretend you're a building maker. What do they call those? Architects, obviously silly, but I'm trying to think of a funny name. Okay, so forget about that. So I'm asking you to build the tallest building that you possibly could. Okay, so how tall would it be if I gave you 7 days? How tall would your building be if I'm asking you to build the tallest skyscraper that you can? How tall would your building be if I gave you 7 days to build it? How tall would it be? Would it even last? Would it stand? Could you even make it? Now, what if I gave you a year? What if I gave you a year? What would you change? You'd probably change what's going on down here, the foundation, the structure. Okay, you'd plan better, right? Other thing that you'd probably do, you'd probably ask for help if I gave you a year to make a building. Okay, but you'd build something that was more durable and more resilient than the thing that you built fast. Yes or yes? So that's how you build a photography business, by the way. That's how you build a photography business. It's not about speed. It is actually not about speed when it comes to business. It's not about speed. Okay? It's about structure. Right? Structure. It's about process. It's about systems. It's about, important one, consistency. What if you literally were using a barber cuts your hair every Saturday, and then you go one Saturday, barber's closed. You're like, dude, I come here every Saturday. Why you close? You didn't tell anybody. It's like, yeah, something happened. Next Saturday you go back, closed. Now, guess what you're doing? Now you're finding another barber, right? Now you're finding another barber. So consistency is one of the biggest things that photographers fail so hard at consistency. So it's not about speed when it comes to building your photography business. It's about structure, process, systems, consistency. Year after year, your skills, they compound. Your name gets out there. Your work matures. And the people who paid you last year, they refer you this year to their friends, and they use you again. And now you're building something real. Now you're actually starting to struggle into something real, but you have to do it. You have to fail at it and redo and fix and refine. I mean, I've systemized it, but even still, like having the Carty Method system, still you have to put in work. So when it comes to your photography, many people pick up a camera and start looking to try to make money with it. Okay, which is not necessarily the route that you should go. You have to focus on mastery. Okay, mastery of the camera, mastery of the craft, mastery before money. Like, that's just a rule. Like, would you pay for half-assed anything? Like, seriously, mastery. Get good before you hold your hand out. Pay me. You want to make money? Get good. Okay? Actually get good. You have to focus on mastery before marketing yourself. Okay? You don't market yourself when you only get one chance to make a first impression. So if you want to make money, get good. Actually get good. Hear this. Every unpaid gig is a chance to practice providing value. Do you remember what I said earlier? The only way to make money as a photographer is to provide value. So every unpaid gig, every time you're learning, every time you have, it's a chance to practice providing value. And when you're doing these value shoots that you're not charging for, serve it like it's a paid shoot. Okay? Pretend they're paying you $5,000. This is such a mindset shift that's so necessary. Every shoot, anytime anyone asks you, especially if you're new to shoot something, pretend it's a paid shoot. Use it to build your reputation. That's the most effective marketing tool out there, word of mouth. And proof of work. Show me the work. And let me hear people talking great things about you. So we're trying to build a foundation, and then we scale. Build a foundation and then scale. Every pro athlete has a coach. Every pro athlete has a coach. Photographers need them too, okay? A good assistant is going to make you sharper. A good mentor, a good coach is going to speed up your learning curve. Trying to grow without a solid foundation, it's a complete recipe for burnout. Seriously. So your systems, your people, your brand, all of that matters. All of it. So imagine this. This is what you need to learn to make money with your camera. Are you a photographer ready to go pro? Or maybe you're a working photographer struggling to sustain your business? My coaching programs are designed to meet you where you are and give you the guidance needed to move your needle forward. Whether you're looking for a focused 1-hour session to fix a specific challenge, or you need the type of ongoing support that 6 1-hour time slots would give you, I'm here to help you master the systems and build a career that you've been aiming for. By the way, if you book me for one of my ongoing coaching sessions, you pay for 5 sessions and you get 6. With over 34 years of professional experience, I guide you through the key aspects of creating a thriving photography business. Whether that's building a standout portfolio, or sharpening your brand, or even setting up systems that bring in clients consistently. First of all, I give you flexible coaching options. Choose a single 1-hour session to get some quick insights, or you can commit to 6 sessions for a full transformation. I can even walk you through my proven systems one-on-one. Whether you're looking to break into the industry or you're struggling to keep your business afloat, these sessions are personalized to focus on what will actually move the needle for you. You're going to get real-time expert guidance, and believe me, there is no one-size-fits-all advice. You're going to get actionable insights and hands-on support to address your unique challenges and unlock your full potential. You don't have to do this alone, eh? Let's work together to take your photography career to the next level, whether that means finally going pro or creating a thriving, sustainable photography business. Visit thecartymethod.com/coaching to book your session today. Let's get to work. All right. So this is what you need to learn to make money with your camera. And this is liquid, okay? This is liquid. It's not solid. This is liquid. You're trying to turn solid, but this is what you need to learn, okay, in order to make money with your camera. These are all the things that you need to learn. You need to appreciate design. Design of all kinds, okay? Design from what an iPad looks like to the Apple Pen. Like, you need to appreciate design. This is one of the things that you need to know and love in order to make money with your camera. Speaking of design, you need to learn how to design. Learn to design. Learn to design simple graphics. Learn, even if it's just the basics, understand a little bit about text. Here's another thing you need to learn. You need to learn typography and the relationship to how it pairs with images, how text works with photography. And let's lean in on that. And I'll just say, learn how, and I'm not saying that you should show your images with text, but learn how text works with images. And that means looking at print. Print is the highest form of photography. Print is the highest form. So not everybody's photos go on a billboard. Not everybody's photos go in a magazine, on a cover. So learn how text works with images, and like me, maybe your images will be in magazines, on billboards, and on covers. Okay, this is another thing that you need to learn in order to make money with your camera. You need to embrace video. Embrace video, okay? And I'm not talking about like being Steven Spielberg. I'm talking about understanding how to embrace video, shoot it, edit it, love it. Like, video literally killed the radio star. As a photographer, not knowing how to be a director, and that's the next thing. You need to be a director, not just a photographer. You need to be a director. These are essential skills that you need to learn how to master in order to make money with your camera. And the last one I'm going to put here is making lifestyle content. You need to learn how to make lifestyle content. This is one of the most underserved markets in the photography business, lifestyle. So you need to appreciate design. You need to learn how to do some simple design, even if it's in Canva or Adobe Express. You need to understand typography. You need to learn how text works with images. You need to embrace video. I want you to shoot it, edit it, learn to love it. You're going to become a director. And I'm not trying to steer you away from photography. I'm just saying that this is all part of being a photographer, is learning how to direct people. And making lifestyle content will make you money faster than you can shake a stick at, only if you know how to do it effectively. Design and video skills are value adds, okay? Design and video skills, those add value to your skill stack. Understanding how to make lifestyle content, that adds value to your skill stack. And ultimately, all of these equal making money. So if you're not strong at design, hire it out. Hire Fiverr. Find a friend, a local designer. You just can't neglect your visual brand. So this is how to make money from all of this. Almost all of the skills that I've been talking about, design, like understanding video, typography, like all of those are niches in their own, but it's like, that's not what we're trying to talk about. I'm about to get into over 50 ways, like 70 ways, literally 70 ways to make money with your camera. And know this, each one of these are their own skills. Each one of these are their own skill set. Many of them can become their own niche. Hey, a lens above, welcome. Thanks for becoming a member again, Gerard Danso. Let's go. So all of these that I'm about, these 70 ways to make money with your camera, many of them work in every market, okay? From big cities to small towns. Listen here, you don't need all of these. I'm giving you 70 ways to make money with your camera. Do not use all 70, but you need to pick a few and go really deep. Okay, so before I get into this list, I watched a Dan Coe video this morning and it slapped me in the face. Okay, I'm going to read some of these quotes from Dan Coe and you tell me if they apply to you. Okay, this might be hard to hear, but I want you to listen. And this is, again, Dan Coe, by the way, if you're not following Dan Coe, for these essential mindset shifts that are really necessary for you to like break through in order to really unlock money with your camera, Dan Coe, Alex Hormozi, Myron Golden, these are all people on YouTube that I watch. So let me read some of these quotes to you and you tell me if they apply to you, okay? It's going to be hard to hear, but I want you to listen and have an open mind, okay? You aren't successful because you say you want to help others, but you won't learn the skills that allow you to help others. You aren't successful because you focus too much on art and then blame the market when they don't see the value in what you have to offer because you couldn't articulate it with marketing and sales. You aren't successful because you only focus on your craft rather than getting your craft in front of potential customers. You're focusing only on your photography, but not at all in sharing your photography to people who could hire you. Your website's designs, writing, other projects that you're working on, they don't count until other people see them. Okay? You're delaying the time to feedback. Without feedback, it's really hard to make your work valuable. You need feedback. This is what I started Portfolio Lab for, because of feedback. And photographers need a feedback loop. Without the feedback loop, it's incredibly difficult to make your photography valuable. Know this, your first iteration, the first iteration of photographs that you make will not be valuable. Okay? Know that. The first iteration of anything is not valuable. You aren't successful because you have an incomplete perspective on what a creative business actually is. And what we're trying to do is participate in the advancement of humanity. And how we do that is by creating a service that raises collective consciousness. I know that's a lot to hear. You aren't successful because you took these points as personal attacks. You've closed your mind to your potential and you've allowed your conditioning to rule you. You aren't successful because you don't create something valuable that the market wants to pay for. People don't want what your ego wants. They want what Mother Nature wants. And who are you to act like you know what that should be? So you aren't successful because you find comfort in the beliefs that you believe are high and mighty. You lock yourself into a paradigm that prevents you from growing as an individual, and you begin coping rather than creating. And again, I'll say, you aren't successful because you took these points as personal attacks. Okay? Enough with saying that you aren't successful. That run of quotes that I listened to from Dan Coe this morning hit hard, and I wanted to share them with you. Know this. Self-development is a gateway drug into entrepreneurship because you realize that improving others is the next level of improving yourself. So self-development, making yourself better is a gateway drug into entrepreneurship because once you realize that you improve yourself first, then you can help improve others. That is the route to becoming successful. And self-development is where it starts. There's one golden rule. This is the one golden rule of business. Provide value to others. Okay? It means two things. First, the first thing that it means is that you must cultivate your value. Okay? You must cultivate your value. You must expand your mind, identify problems, acquire skills to solve them, and make tangible progress. In reality, you can't just sit around and learn theory all day. You just can't sit around and watch YouTube videos all day. You must practice too. You must distribute your value. You have to practice your value, and then you have to distribute it. You need a vessel, which is your photography business. Your photography business is a vessel to distribute value, to distribute that service that the marketplace wants to buy. If they don't want it, if you're having a hard time getting photo shoots, if you're having a hard time getting people to let you take their picture, it means that your work isn't as valuable as you think. In other words, you need self-development. You need work, business development, photography development, personal growth, and business growth. Business is how you provide values to others at scale. Okay? Personal development, personal growth is how you get to the point where you're ready for business growth. So, everything that I've said today, everything that I've said so far can be applied to any one of these niches, and every one of these angles has a learning curve. It will be impossible for you to target all 70 of those things. Many of them I've grouped, and the most important thing is you need to get in front of people. You can't be shy. You have to be on offense. You have to put your work in front of them and create an irresistible offer, an offer they can't refuse. And that offer isn't about the lowest price. It's about the highest value. Clients pay for the best value that they can afford. And as I said earlier, the most valuable commodity isn't time, it's money. So saving a client time and bringing them value equals money. So before I get into this list, self-development leads to entrepreneurship. Okay. And entrepreneurship is how you scale your value. But you need to develop yourself first, then develop others through your photography business. That's how it works. That's your vessel. And if the market doesn't want what you're offering, remember, it means you need to get better. Your work isn't as valuable as you think. Every skill on this list needs to be distributed, and people need to see it. That means getting out of your comfort zone, putting this work in front of the right people, and making an offer they can't refuse. And not because it's cheap, because it saves them time and delivers results. So get a pen, because I'm about to hit you with 70 ways to make money with your camera. Okay, starting under the people photography angle, let's talk about headshots. Okay, whether it is for actors, whether they are corporate, and then you sell them files as an upsell service. This is 1, 2, and 3. You can give them some files for free and then charge more for extras. So 1, 2, and 3, headshots, actor headshots, corporate headshots. And number 3 is you add a service upsell, which is retouching, final prints, and final files. Next, small business interiors, shop windows. This is number 4. Number 5, you could shoot weddings. You could be the best wedding photographer in your marketplace. Number 6 is you upsell the engagement photos. So you're not just shooting the wedding, you're also shooting the engagements. Number 7, well, you could be an event photographer. That's low-hanging fruit. Show up to something that's happening and point your camera and document that for people. That is a noble thing. Although, again, still level 1, you can start and make money with event photography because that does bring value. That's number 7. Number 8 is family photos. Like babies, like kids, you can shoot families, husbands, wives, and that leads into weddings and leads into the engagements. Number 9, shoot those babies. You can shoot babies. Get good at shooting babies. Be Ann Geddes as a baby photographer. Number 10, you could go out and shoot street portraits. Meet strangers on the street, shoot their picture, exchange information, ask them to share on Instagram. You share on Instagram, you tag them, they tag you. See what their business is, see what they do, see if they need start negotiating with people on the street and trying to see how they turn into work. That's number 10. Number 11, organized sports photos. You have a kid in soccer, be the one who shoots all the team photos. Have a kid in hockey, same. Organized sports photos. Very possible business that you could blow up. Number 12, social media influencers. There is nothing bigger than social media right now. And for the last, literally since 2007, when social media really hit the stage, now there are there are influencers that make money just from appearing on social media. They need content, and content expires. Once they've used your photos, people have seen them. They need new ones. So number 12, focusing on social media and social media influencers. Number 13, real estate agents. Real estate agents need photos for advertising. They need photos for websites. They need photos for every single listing. There's so many agents. The agent, not necessarily the houses, because we're going to get into real estate and property next, but shooting the agents and headshots for them. All of this is under the people and headshots category. Okay, number 14, real estate photography. real estate and property photography. So number 14, real estate photography. Number 15, specifically shooting rental properties. You could be doing that for Airbnb. You could be doing that for rental websites. Number 16, drone photography for real estate, flyovers for real estate in order to sell these properties. Number 17, drone photography for land surveying, meaning where's my property line, drone photography for that. Drone photogrammetry. Photogrammetry is essentially like aerial mapping, where they do mapping with the drone. That's number 18. Number 19 is interior designers. They need portfolios too. So if you're great at shooting interiors, connect with some interior designers and focus on making portfolios for them only. Next is product, food, and lifestyle photography. Number 20 is macro photography. Get into doing macros of food. 21, product photography in general. I mean, product photography is vast, but you can do just general product photography. Number 22, product photography specifically for small business. Imagine local small businesses, they sell their shampoos, they sell their hair care products, like product photography for salons. That leads me into number 23. Think about all the salons and all the salons that have their own signature product. So product photography for salons. Product photography for luxury goods. Think Louis Vuitton handbag, think Rolex watches. Product photography for luxury goods. 25, food photography. Food photography is so lucrative. Get good at food photography. That crosses into social media, that crosses into websites, that crosses into advertising menus. Like, oh, speaking of menus, number 26, food photography for menus. Specialize in that only. That's all you do is food photography for menus. 27, small business interiors. Small businesses, maybe it's a workshop, maybe it's a carpenter, maybe it's a mechanic. Learning how to shoot interiors for small business is super smart. 28 is small business lifestyle photography. The workers interacting, meetings, coffee, water cooler, like things that are usually they grab stock. You can give them original lifestyle photography, which is with their actual employees, that feels way more legitimate than stock. Number 29 is luxury menus. Imagine 5-star Michelin star restaurants, like really high-end luxury menus and luxury food photography for social media. Again, let's go into 30. And this is where I bring in videography services. Number 30 is music videos. And I've shot, I don't know, 10 or 15 music videos in the 20 years or so that I've been shooting video. I started shooting video in it hasn't been 20 years. It's been 2009. So call it 2010, it's 25. So yeah, it's been like 16 years that I've been shooting videos. But music videos is kind of where, like back then, that's what everyone wanted, music videos. So I started with that. Corporate videos is number 31. Like the amount of corporate videos that I do now and how much money that pays, you would be astounded in how much money I make from shooting corporate video. 32 is talking head video. Talking head videos, it doesn't have to be corporate. It can be small business. It can be podcasters. Learning how to shoot, produce, edit, and direct talking head videos, that is a moneymaker. Number 33 is web video or vertical videos for small business, learning how to shoot shorts and reels. Like web video and social media video is so lucrative. 34, learning how to shoot behind the scenes video, and not just behind the scenes video for your own shoots, but behind the scenes videos for other shoots, for other productions, for fashion shows, BTS content, reels, shorts. That's number 34. Number 35 is being a video podcast producer. For me, I produce my own video podcast. I have my switchers and my buttons and all of this stuff to make this production. And again, by the way, I do it live. So that's another thing. I could be a live video podcast producer for somebody, but I just do it for myself. Event videography. event videography. So you're not shooting stills for the event, but you're making a video and you're shooting video behind the scenes. For me, I'd way rather do that than do event photography, event videography. Next, education and instruction. Once you get good, this is number 37. Once you're good enough as a drone pilot and you have your business going and you're rocking, you can, if you're licensed, you can become a drone instructor where you teach other people how to fly drones, how to pass the course. And a matter of fact, that's number 38. Teach a course on how to pass the drone test. If you've passed the drone test and you have your drone license, make a course on how to pass that test. Run a photography workshop. This is under the education and instruction. That's number 39. Run a photography workshop. Once you become an expert at something, if you're an expert product photographer, an expert car photographer, run a photography workshop and teach what you know. Number 40 is create an online course. Teach people how to do what you do online so they can just take the course, learn how to do it. Write an ebook. I've written an ebook. It's called Pricing Secrets. Pricing Secrets that the pros knows. So write an ebook. That's number 41. So now let's get into digital products and presets. Now, again, I'm giving you over 70 ways to make money with your camera. I don't necessarily agree with all of these, but these are how people are making money with their camera. 42 presets, sell your photo editing styles. I don't do that. I don't buy presets. I don't necessarily agree with it, but you can do it. But you could also do 43, which is LUTs for video. LUTs. LUTs are preset packs, but they're for video. They're a little bit more lucrative because creating a LUT and a preset for video is a little harder than it is for photography. So there's some value there. 44 is behind the scenes content in restaurants or in restaurants, in yoga studios, like behind the scenes content for business, like restaurants and yoga studios specifically. These are products that you can sell. Lifestyle photography tutorial. If you're good at lifestyle photography is so hard to shoot. If you know how to shoot lifestyle photography, make a lifestyle photography tutorial. Teach people how to shoot it. Number 46 is full editing and directing service packages, meaning you're actually selling this is how I edit and how I direct, and you're trying to teach someone else how to do it. I mean, you could sell that if you're big enough. 47 is how it's made videos for small artists. Imagine a painter, a barber, like a sculptor, a maker. Do a how it's made video, like from like idea to production to like finished product. You could, if you're a good photographer, if there's some people around you who have YouTube channels, you could start selling thumbnail design for them. And again, this is on the digital products sort of side. And also, you could, if you're good at social media, you could be a social media manager for people. And again, it's like learning how to manage someone else's social media really helps you learn how to manage your own. It's hard to get those jobs unless you're pretty good at it. So, and number 50 is affiliate marketing. Here's a quick tip. All the gear that you use, I have a gear list on stevecarty.com, so you can see all the different products that I have, but they're all linked, and I have affiliate links, meaning I make a small percentage if someone buys something for that list. So that is 50 affiliate marketing. Now we get into the bonus. This is 51 and onwards, starting with print and sales. You can sell prints. And again, if you grow an audience and you make work that people care about, you can sell prints. You can absolutely sell prints and t-shirts. That's another thing. Like put your photograph on a t-shirt, sell that. You can use Etsy. That's 52. You could do print sales on Etsy. Let Etsy manage. I mean, I've tried it. It's difficult, but you could get in there and spend a lot of time to learn how to sell on Etsy. 53 is you could create and sell a photography book. Again, much like print sales, Photography book sales, I would suggest doing an exhibit of some selected work from the book and then having the book available for people to buy in person and online. That needs marketing. But 53 is, yes, you could create and sell a photography book. 54, gallery sales. Again, I just mentioned like the photography book, the print and photography sales, like all of this works together. 55, you could sell that artwork to offices, like corporate offices, corporate buildings, to schools, to massive corporations. 56 is you could sell prints at art fairs, art markets, festivals, like those happen in every city every year. Now there's some local and tourism services. Imagine this, 57. You could do city photography guides, meaning you could do tours or sell a digital tool that talks about all the camera stores, all the places to print, all the best photography spots. So you could sell city photo guides. You could do photo adventure guides, which is put together cool locations in your area that are off the beaten path that only you would know about. So let's get into some subscription services and some platform services. 59 is writing a newsletter on Substack, doing a monetized newsletter on Substack. I have a newsletter on Substack. It's stevecarty.substack.com. And again, I have a subscription model there so people can pay $5 a month. That's a great way for you to make money from your photography. Number 60 is doing that same thing, but on Behance. Behance has subscriptions where you can charge people to see specific content. And number 61 is Instagram subscriptions. There's paid subscriptions on Instagram. If you have a big enough audience, you can leverage some of your platforms and make them paid. Next is design services. I am pretty good at pitch decks. I'm pretty good at like proposals and that kind of stuff. You could offer to create pitch decks for people. You could offer, that's 62. 63 is logo design. If again, photography, it's adjacent. But again, if you're trying to make money with your creativity, design services is up there. And again, I do all of this stuff for myself. If I was struggling, I could pitch some of this logo design at 63, website design, 64. 65 is social media post design for small businesses and helping them with strategy. Again, if you're strong on design, you can make some freelance money that way. So these last few are miscellaneous photography services that you could offer. Again, each one of these, I'm not saying to do all of these. I'm saying like pick like a couple, but I'm giving you over 70. Miscellaneous photography services. You could do photo restoration. Like with the technology that we have with Photoshop, you could take a ripped photo, scan it, and like make that not a ripped photo again, and then print it out. You could fix wet, old, burned. Like there's so much stuff that you could do with AI nowadays. So photo restoration, you could build a photography restoration business. Number 67 is stock photography. Stock photography, like I've just introduced high end. I'm not talking penny stock. I'm talking Getty. I'm talking like Masterfile. I'm talking high end, like lucrative stock photography, like luxury stock photography. That's 67. You can make a dough there. 68 is fine art print sales. Think nudes, think like architecture, think large format, 6-foot prints, 10-foot prints. You could also license your images. I mean, I do a lot of these, like licensing, stock photography, licensing your images. Like my celebrity images, I'm with Getty Images. So Getty licenses my images of Pharrell and Kanye and Colin Firth and all that stuff. Like they are my licensing agency. And also you could do image curation or cataloging services for your clients. Image curation, meaning you could act as like a photo editor or an art director for your client. I expanded the list. There's really 50 amazing ways to make money with your camera. I tried to really, really organize that, niche it, but there's 3 umbrellas. It works like this. There's 3 umbrellas. And they go like this. People, places, things. Okay? So what we're trying to do is you're trying to shoot things that is under your umbrella. Don't try to shoot one thing from here and then one thing from here and then one thing from here. Try to shoot headshots for actors, corporate headshots, model portfolios, and then headshots for small business. Like, try to group, or if you're shooting places, you're doing architectural photography and you're doing interiors and you're doing real estate and you're doing photographs for landscapers, and like it's essentially all under the places. And if you're shooting things, you're doing automotive. So like you're a car photographer, but you also shoot motorcycles, and you also shoot cars alone, but you also shoot lifestyle with cars, and you also shoot car details, and you also shoot car products. So this is what we're trying to do. And then all the auxiliary things that I talked about, like all the design things and like digital tools and the presets, like these are the things that like you set up once and then have working for you. Like, again, Substack, the consistency, like there's so much. The only way that this works is if you paid attention to the stuff that I was talking about in the beginning of the episode. If this episode was just 50 ways to make money with your camera, and I just rapid fired ways to make money, but didn't unlock the mindset shifts first, I feel like I would have been doing you a huge disservice. But understand that this is how we do it. And for me, I'm a people shooter. And then under people photography, I shoot models, musicians, actors, directors, but then brands that need photography, but that are people driven. Well, then I do stuff for them. And then video, I do stuff for founders, and I do music videos. Like, so it's all people related stuff, and it's all under the people related umbrella. Like, there's people in all my photographs. All right. So that is over 70 ways to make money with your camera. Know this. You do not need to do all 70 of these things. And please, I'm telling you, please don't. Just pick a few, the ones that align with your strengths, and commit to getting really good at them. And by the way, if you're still guessing, if you're still dabbling, if you're still hoping that something clicks, you heard about what I said in the beginning. You don't need more information. You need structure. You need a system, and you need the support. And that's what the Carty Method is. That's all I talk about here on this channel. That's what I built the Carty Method for. It's everything that I wish that I had when I was trying to figure out how to make money with my camera and my creativity. So if you need help, go to thecartymethod.com and get the help that you need. Get serious about this photography business, and finally get serious about making the kind of work and the kind of income that matches your potential. You're not behind. You're just one decision away from moving forward. Let's get to work.
This commercial-free live stream was brought to you by the members of this channel. If it wasn't for you, we'd have to fill up these live streams with ads that would just interrupt the flow. The members of this channel make commercial-free content during these live streams possible. Consider becoming a member for $5 a month today to gain access to secret live streams, live chats, and to show your support with that crown badge next to your name. Sharing is caring. If this content has brought you value today, share it, clip it, post it to your socials. Curating and sharing helpful content makes you an expert, even if the content you're sharing isn't yours. Be a curator and share this content with your network. If you're an emerging or struggling photographer that's trying to break free from your current 9-to-5 grind and transition to the life of a working pro photographer, that's our obsession here at the Carty Method. Register, get the support you need. If you're alone and struggling at this craft, make sure you join the Carty Method community. You'll always find help in the show notes. Subscribe on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Find your creative and business genius with the Carty Method.